There are a lot of passive ways to make money in Palworld, but when it comes to active ways to make money in Palworld, well, I think I have a pretty great way to do it. And today we're going to dial in on exactly how to make a butt ton of money. Austin John Gaming. In this video, I'm going over a money-making scheme. That's the best word I have for it, and that's what we're going to call it. A money-making scheme. 5 pals you absolutely have to have. Every single Palworld player needs to have these 5 pals for your game to be 80% better. Straight up. I'm going over some general tips as far as things that you definitely want to sell from your inventory throughout playing the game. And you can do all of this at about level 20 after you clear your second tower. Full disclosure, haven't done it yet. We're gonna discover this as we go along, so I have an idea. I need to get myself a Bronze Cherry and a Bronze Cherry Aqua fully condensed. And then also, the current team that I use for Noble and Fine Furs is Elkthadir, so I figured I might as well switch it over to a Bronze Cherry team. So right now I'm breeding essentially 5 Bronze Cherry with Fine Furs and Noble, and I want one of them fully condensed, and then I need a Bronze Cherry Aqua who's also fully condensed. I'm pretty sure you can do this as soon as you clear this second tower and you get access to breeding. Let's just keep running this a little bit. I now have a full team of just Bronze Cherries with Fine Furs and Noble, and that's going to now replace my current Fine Furs Noble team. So overwrite that, yes. Now we have these 5 Bronze Cherry Aquas, and I'm going to just favorite all of them. That way I make sure they don't accidentally get condensed or anything else like that. So if I have this random team of pals and eyes, and I go ahead and speak to a wandering merchant, I could buy this pal sphere for 80 gold. But with my team of Fine Furs and Noble, that's now 48 gold. Almost half price. And then in order to make Bronze Cherry into a Bronze Cherry Aqua, I just need to grab a Fawk. F-A-U-C-K, Fawk. Wait, all 5 of my Bronze Cherry are male? Oh, and we have a meteorite, cool. First step of the process is done. We have a Bronze Cherry Aqua and its saddle, so now every egg that we pick up is a 55% chance of being an alpha. And we have a regular Bronze Cherry who, with its saddle, every time that we pick up an egg, it's a 45% chance of becoming an alpha. The next step of this process, I'm mating one of my Fine Fur Noble Bronze Cherry with a Jolthog Crest in order to get myself Grintail. There's Grintail, and perfect, already got it. I wanted one with Noble and Fine Furs because for the process of this, I might as well just replace my current Noble Fine Furs team. That way it's less pals that I need to have saved as my presets inside of here, just because I don't really like scrolling and being able to just click on it. I like that. Okay, so we have Bronze Cherry Aqua, the 3 Bronze Cherry, and 1 Grintail, who's Noble Fine Furs, and if you have the saddle, when picking up an egg, 75% chance at receiving 1 extra egg. Great. So the whole idea is we are going to be using a cake and selling the resulting pals. Typically, you don't want to sell pals. When you look at the numbers on how high some of these pals sell for, it's hard to turn that down. And we are going to be looking at Demud Guild. If you're not familiar, Demud Guild is a rare variant of Demud. Demud, when assigned to a ranch, drops high quality pal oil. Demud Guild does the same thing, but also a chance to drop gold coin. And he increases the amount of gold coin dropped by enemies by 100%. That is not why we are using him here today. By the way, if you need to know where to get Demud Guild, everywhere around the volcano on the beach next to water, there's a chance for Demud to spawn, and there's a chance for one of those Demud to be a Demud Guild. It is not a common thing, but you're only going to need 2 for this. Alternatively, if you're level 45, you can enter the Terraria dungeon right here on the map, and one of the rooms sometimes just has 2 Demud in there. Alternative to the ancient pal breeders, I'm actually going to be going ahead and putting them in the old school. Wait, I need to go to the regular stand, like some sort of peasant. Breeding farm, Demud Guild. Great. Actually, something else I just thought of. I'm so used to running them in the newer ones that I forgot that in the older farms, they have to have insomnia if they're not a dark type. Otherwise, they're not going to work throughout the night. I'm just going to go on over to the bench, give him insomnia for 10,000 gold, give the other one insomnia for 10,000 gold, assign them back up to the breeding farm, watch them flop upstairs. I do love the gold metallic sheen that they have. You guys get cake. When these guys decide that they're all done working, we're gonna have ourselves some eggs. Now, obviously, this is not a fast process. In order for the passive skills for Bronze Cherry Aqua, and Grintail to take effect, we need to physically pick the eggs up from the ground. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. So we are gonna come and check back in a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna go over just like some random things that you should be doing while you're gaming in order to make a butt ton of money, because I have 9 million gold. And I have not once tried to actively make gold. I put out a whole video on expeditions, why you should be running expeditions even from the beginning of the game. I love running the World Tree Subterranean City Ruins, and if you followed my video on there, you know all about breeding yourselves a Frostallion Noct army for the total max rewards of 1,348%. Why it's that number, I don't know. That gets us a butt ton of rewards, including, like, I have 3,000 Mammarist meat at this point. There's a good chance that you're typically only really cooking 2 things at your base, salad and vegetable cake, but the other things that you may have ingredients for, or the imbalance, because typically lettuce is less than the other things, and then if you overcompensate on the lettuce, you're then going to be short on wheat, and then once you overcompensate on wheat, you're then going to be short on honey. So like, I had way too much flour, I still have way too much flour. I made berries on bread. I have 5,000 additional eggs, so obviously I would want to pick something I could combine the eggs with to sell it for even more. Jam-filled buns, that's the name of it. If I have way too much tomato and egg at the same time, I can make and cook a whole bunch of omelets. So that's 2,813 omelets, but as long as you're also doing your PAL research, that number constantly goes up, and I typically get about 15% more omelets. So you're taking these base ingredients, multiplying it times 1.15, and you're profiting off of that. That's also in part the reason that I wanted this team of pals with noble and fine furs. That affects the buying and selling prices of every single thing. I always have one chest in my base dedicated to things that I just plan on selling. That includes all of the low power skill fruit. Anything under 200 I do not keep. I go ahead and I sell all that. All of the drops that you get from alpha pals, like precious pelts, precious claws, precious entrails, precious plumes, all of the gems that are dropping. Also, once you're past level 30, the training manuals are not worth your time. I just sell them. Any weapons or armor that you've grown out of, and if you're not playing online, if you don't want to do some hand-me-downs, go ahead and sell those things as well. Ammo for guns you're never going to use, sell those. If you accidentally had your pals mine way too much stone than you ever could possibly use, go ahead and sell some of those stacks, because you're never going to use them. I have 3 stacks of palaxite. I'm never going to use that. And if so, I'm still getting more every single day. I'm never going to need more than a full stack of mythical wood. Regular wood, we could actually still use because we could turn that into charcoal. Pal mats, all of the lotus flowers. Once you've maxed out your stats, lotus flowers are completely useless. And honestly, the small ones, generally useless. How much do these radiant gems sell for? Because I have way too many radiant gems compared to holy water. I just learned that there was a stack of 355 precious entrails in this chest. That's a crap ton of money. I had no idea it was in there. I don't think there's many things in the game you're ever going to need more than a full stack of. How much do I weigh? I weigh 296,000 pounds. How much do these 355 precious entrails sell for? 620,000. Cool. What about these gems? It's kind of not really worth it to sell. They sell for what, like 1,000 each? Yeah, I'll hang on to them. But these lotus flowers, 13 of them are selling for 36,000. So that's what, 220,000 gold each? That ain't bad. A stack of this wood is 1.4 million gold? Okay. What about paloxonite? 4.2 million gold? Bro, I'm sitting on a treasure mine. I didn't even know it. As opposed to a stack of rocks is 16 grand. Go ahead, sell all that. Precious plumes, precious entrails. I thought that 600,000 from precious entrails was cool. Wow, wow, wow. At this point, I'm thinking if you just run around the world tree, having one of the world tree passives, that way resources don't disappear, and you just keep the 2 pals who make it so ore weighs absolutely nothing. Precious dragon stones, I had a bunch of those lying around. This bread I don't need. I cooked that up, and listen, that's just free money. A free 9 million gold. And the best part of all this, by doing that, you're clearing out your storage. Spring cleaning. Okay, these guys have produced me 6 eggs. 1 is an alpha. Let's go ahead and pick up 1. Bronze Cherry Aqua's mysterious energy enlarges the egg, and you'll see that I got 2. So Grintail's ability came into effect. Let's grab a second one. That grabbed me 2 eggs. Let's grab a third one. That grabbed me 2 eggs. Let's grab another one. That grabbed me 2 eggs. Only got 1 that time. And okay, so there were 6 eggs on the ground, and I have a total of 11 eggs. Yes, because 6 equals 11. Let's go over here. I'm just going to use the H-It hatchery because I could just set all of the eggs and then they all hatch. They're all going to be alphas. Look at that. All alphas, 100% of the time, every time. And now that I have a bunch of these Demud guilds with Insomnia, let's go ahead and filter the ones with Insomnia. I'm going to assign them to the second ranch, and they're just going to make double the amount of eggs. And if you want to have a base dedicated to just making eggs over and over and over, you could. Now let's go ahead and get someone who's going to buy pals. That way I can just keep them at my base. Make sure I have my Ring of Mercy equipped. And this guy right here. Remember, you get 1 shot, and that's not a crime. And then I just straight to the face through that. And I don't have any of my flying pals with me. Okay, so hopefully we don't die. Guys, stay in the sphere. Please stay in the sphere. Wait, the police can't see me right here? Guys, he disappeared into the building. Okay, we don't know where he went. Oh, that's a shame. I guess we should just stop looking. Could he be in the building? No way he could be in the building. He hasn't come out of the building. Okay, we're gonna call off the search. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I want to test something. I'm gonna make sure I have my team of noble fine furs. Level 1 Demud Guild. Non-alpha, sells for 27,860 gold. Level 1 alpha sells for exactly double. Okay, what about levels? Okay, cool. They're all now level 65. So this level 1 alpha with noble fine fur on the whole party sells for 55,000 gold. And a level 65 sells for 191,000. Dude, honestly, yes, you're making 4 times as much money, but we're talking about something that I can do this easily in the late game at level 80. But at level 20, you can still make this pal and sell this pal for 55,000 gold. Plus, they could have 20 eggs sitting up there. And then if you have 2 farms, that's 60 pals. And then 60 times 55,720 is 3.34 million gold. Did I carry is the comma in the right? Comma's in the right place. Okay, don't level them up. Just sell them outright. Like that's silly money. Like if you're level 20, the only thing stopping you from making a lot of eggs is time and cake. And you get cake over time. Time equals money. Cake equals money. We cracked the code. We cracked the code, gamers. And great, we got our last 2 eggs. So let's go ahead and pick up all 20 eggs off of the ground. 1 did not become an alpha. The rest of them did. Those 20 eggs became 37 eggs. Now, we did get 2 mutated eggs, so those aren't going to be to Mud Guild. We got Frost Plume. Let's go ahead and put all of them in here. Collect all the eggs, all these alphas. And because we're running 2 farms, we have to come on over here and grab all of these eggs. Oh, we got 2 mutated eggs and 4 non-alphas. Oh, we got Gangler. I want you guys to think of this as a background task. When you're out and about and exploring and running around, coming back to your base and getting all of these pals, hatching these eggs, almost a 100% success rate on all of them becoming alphas. Yes, it did take a little bit of time to set up, but we're talking about passive income for the rest of your entire time playing Palworld. Most likely on the same cycle that you come back to base to do your expeditions is also when you're going to come here, grab all these pals, sell 2 ranches worth for 3.8 million gold, and you can do that every hour. If I wanted to run the numbers more specifically, it may not be 1 hour. Keep in mind, veggie cakes, cut that time in half because you get 2 eggs for 1 cake. This justifies you being able to just buy the ingredients of cake every single time and not having to actually make all of the ingredients. Sell select pals for 3.8 million gold. 3,816,820 gold in the background, which now makes me think, if you have a third base that's doing nothing, set up very basic infrastructure of berries, right? Have everyone eat raw berries, make them do absolutely no work, and just have farms of these going off. You can make stupid money. Well, guys, I hope you found this information helpful on how to get a stupid amount of money with, after you set it up, no work at all. If you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John Gaming out.